Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there, first down Vikings.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 17 yards, first down Vikings. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Cousins now. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Cousins gives way to Cook, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. On 3rd down, Cousins. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, 43 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Dan Bailey now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
What we got? What we got? What we got?
Gets around him.
Go, 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 run, run, run.
And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down from Viking territory now. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
54, Mike. Check. Watch 54.
This time, Jackson will throw it. This one complete to Ingram. He's got the first down inside the 10 and all the way down to the 5. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. To throw is Jackson. So the under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Kentrell Brothers able to drop him for a loss of a couple. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Switch up.
From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. And yet again, he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a 1st down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
Can this defense hold him out? Here we go now, 4th and goal from the 2. Jackson now, flushed out right. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Willie Snead there to make the grab as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions step up.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 37 yards, and the Vikings have taken the lead. Here's Bailey now for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Now he steps away. On the run, he'll let this go. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A big play that time for the Ravens. 53 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
From the gun, Jackson buying time to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Say hello to Eric Kendricks. He gets the sack there.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Way back at the 17 now after the loss. It's 3rd and goal. Jackson from the shotgun. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Pretty good job escaping the pressure. Gets him 15 yards on the scramble, but now it's 4th down. 4th down, here's Jackson. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Vikings, they come up big down near the goal line. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
Recon, 132 fighter. Crouch. Shoot. Watch the shoot. Check 99. Check 99.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. On play action, Cousins. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. They go play action. Cousins. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this today? There goes Mark Ingram. 30, 20, 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram, 75 yards, and the Ravens have retaken the lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. Remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Cousins lets it fly for Thielen. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Adam Thielen, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings have once again taken the lead. Bailey now for the extra point. It's up and good to make it 21-17. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had gotten the lead with the opening drive touchdown in the 3rd quarter. Now they relinquish that lead back. Could be in for an interesting second half.
It certainly appears that way, doesn't it? Almost turning into one of those pendulum games, right, where it swings back and forth, and who's going to make the play that changes that maybe it puts it on one side and keeps it there.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. Now Jackson on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. This will be caught by Brown. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
6-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 4. Vikings 28-yard line. Check 3.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Harrison Smith on the safety blitz, able to get the sack.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
The screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Pernell McPhee able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Play action now, Cousins. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Pernell McPhee getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. 3rd and long for Cousins. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. It'll be a gain of 17, but even with that, they'll be well short here for 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though.
Hey, Haywood! I'm coming for you, son! I'm coming for you, son!
They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. After the interception, here's Jackson. Now he'll escape to his right. He's going to take off with it. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter play. And now he'll tuck it and run. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
They'll come out in the pistol. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. Being chased out left. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. Everson Griffin on the sack, taken in the 4th round back in 2010. What a steal. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Now it's Jackson. Flushed out right. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
54! Mike 54!
3rd and goal, Jackson. Steps away, and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys are able to regain the lead.
That's a tough one there defensively because look at the stops they got on 1st and 2nd down and it's 1st and 2nd and goal. And then on third down, they cover the receivers, but they leave an alley open for him to find, and he does. That is frustrating. You do almost everything right, and he still ends up in the end zone.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Cousins on first down. Complete. It's Johnson. A gain of 6 there on first.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Off the play fake, Cousins. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Back to throw, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Jihad Ward in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They'll look to throw. He finds his man Johnson. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
I think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Cousins to throw. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
I'm not surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
He'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And his ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
Obviously, the excitement level here is almost a fever pitch. Down 1. It's tempting to go for 2. I say you go ahead and kick the extra point. You got the home crowd carried into overtime.
I'm with you. I do see some fans, though, holding up 2 fingers. Easy now.
Yeah, but they're not the ones who have to actually make that call, are they?
And now the decision is to go for 2. A gutsy call, and this, in effect, is your ball game right here. He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. So they're unable to stretch it to a 3-point lead. Now you got to be careful on the kickoff because a field goal obviously beats you.
Definitely, and that's why they went for 2. They wanted to make sure a field goal wouldn't beat them. Now they're in a position where they've got to cover well and make sure they don't get into range and put one through the post.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Ready?